Okay, hope everybody's doing well tonight. It is currently Saturday, February 27th, 2021. We had a Pokemon Presents presentation yesterday um, about the new Pokemon games that are coming out towards the latter half of this year and then beginning of next year. And I also definitely just, like Pokemon Snap is coming out soon. So I figured I would go over this shit. Um, you know, just take it bit by bit. I'm not going to be live reacting. I already saw all of it. I just want to go over a few things, kind of watch it. Gonna turn down the volume here. I'm viewing it on YouTube, so. All right. So it started off with this long, you know, it's a bit of a retrospective sort of thing. They just go over like all the different advancements they made throughout the years. I mean, it's nice. I think they do this a lot. I can't really blame them. I mean, they have made what is essentially a gigantic media empire. So, I mean, they want to, I don't know, give themselves credit, jerk themselves off a little bit. That's fine. Perhaps that's an inappropriate way to put it, but you know what I mean. All right, let's just skip that part. It's like 5 minutes of the 20 minutes is just the retrospective on like how far they've come. So I don't know.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company. February 27th is the date Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green were released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokémon series. An astounding 25 years have passed since the Pokemon series.
Excuse me, I'm just opening a drink. Sorry.
So much with you over the past 20
Oh my god, seeing these crowds of people is insane.
Thanks to the support you've all shown us.
Good grief.
Thank you, each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Today,
You're welcome.
will introduce our latest updates.
Please have a look.
This man is very well dressed. All right. They go into Pokemon Snap. It's not really, I don't even know whether to leave audio on or off, but Pokemon Snap seems cool. It's not really for me personally. I'm kind of I don't know, I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to just the gameplay. That being said, I don't want them to just always be doing the same thing, but this is just like it's got okay, all right. Wait, before we press on. These character models freak me out. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. It's just weird. It's like weird uncanny valley. They kind of look like animatronic. I don't know. Animatronic people. I don't know. It's weird to I don't know. It's weird seeing them in this art style rendered in such like not high quality, but I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. Let's go watch a little bit of gameplay here. Ah, loud. It looks fun. I would probably have to play the original on the N64 first in order to like actually, you know, be able to connect and want to like play this. I mean, it certainly looks good. I think the animations are great. It's unfortunate that this isn't like is the quality suck right now? Let me take a look. Try and increase it here. I mean, the quality of the animations is certainly better than the normal series, at least all things considered, like 3D Pokemon so far. So, I mean, that's good. It's pretty much the only thing they have to do. It's like if this game doesn't look good, or as good as they can make it look, then like what is even the point? Because the entire point of this is to take pictures of stuff you find cool. So of course they have to make like animations seem good. Just turn off the audio here. Again, I don't think I'm gonna get it. It seems fun. Maybe I'll watch other people play it if they end up snagging it, like other people who I know or streamers that I watch. This is funny. They replaced the Pester balls from the original one with like these balls that make Pokemon glow. Because you can't be throwing like noxious gas at wild animals. That's just not a. Don't do that. It's just not. You can't give that message to the kids. It's like, oh yeah, let's just start throwing like random shit at animals to get them to do shit. So we can take good pictures of them. Oh wait. I like this. Like they're encouraging you to go back and kind of get different poses. I don't know if you can write your own little captions here. I kind of hope so. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe people would abuse that in some way, but I like that you're encouraged to like fill out everything, like to get basic shots and then like more specialized shots. I think that's cool. I see this game being pretty good. We won't know until it actually launches, but I'm hoping it turns out to be pretty good. Because this is a sort of this is a game that a lot of people have been waiting on for a long time. You can customize it. I'm more of a fan of like just the natural, kind of leaving it alone. Of course, uploading it to online. If they didn't have their own in-game service, people would just upload them to Twitter anyway. But I mean, yeah, I hope there's a lot of Pokemon represented here. That's like a very important part of this, is like everybody being able to see their favorites if they can. Like I want Oshawott in there somewhere. That'd be nice. I like the cover art. Looks nice. Like nice fully rendered. They seem like new renders, I'm not entirely sure. Alright. They do a bit of shit about like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Masters EX. I'm not really into all that. I used to be into Pokemon Go, but I just kind of fell out of it. Quarantine and such, and also it's not that big of a thing anymore. Anyway, this was the big moment where everybody was like, "Oh boy, it's do or die time." I hope this isn't too loud. It seems like it's like half as loud as my voice, so. I remember these sound effects very well. Here's the thing. Gen 4 was like one of the first games that I played, but I'm not that strongly attached to it. Alright, I'm gonna stop us right here. And I'll mute this so it's not distracting. I hate to be a negative Neil or a negative Nancy here, but this art style just does not do it for me. I was hoping it would be kind of similar looking to Sword and Shield at the very least, but it just, I don't know, it seems so bright, and I don't know. I guess I'm not a big fan of the chibi, I guess that's how you'd call it, that sort of style. But I mean, I can understand why they did it. It's basically just recreating the sprites, like the overworld sprites of a lot of the original games, which is fine. And they're off-sourcing development here, so I don't blame them. But I think I've gone on record and said multiple times that I wasn't super interested in buying Gen 4 remakes, unless I saw like a gigantic increase in quality from Sword and Shield, whether that be, I don't know. It's not too loud? Okay, good. Whether it's just like in graphics or it's in gameplay, this isn't the gen that I'm excited for a remake for, so I'm definitely not going to get these unless somebody, like, I guess, buys them for me, or Nintendo decides to, you know, help out some small streamers, give them some review copies. What can I say? No, but I'm probably not gonna. I probably won't get my hands on this. I hope people enjoy it. I know a lot of people who were looking forward to this, but it's not for me. I'll wait for Gen 5. Hopefully, Gen 5 isn't in the chibi style, because I think it's more of a serious generation, tonally speaking. All right. Late 2021. I expect like late November. That's like when they've always dropped these games before, so I don't know. Okay, this is what got me excited. At first, I thought this was like, oh, they're just gonna like do something about platinum. But Pokemon series enters a new era. Now, when they say that, before we go into what we're about to see, when they say that, it makes me think that they are using this as a way to test future like gameplay shit, see how it goes over with people. I hope that's the case because they titled this new game Pokemon Legends Arceus, and you notice that it has a subtitle here. Like this implies that Pokemon Legends is going to be its own series, but there are so many gameplay features that they introduce here that I think the entire series could really benefit from.
When the Sinnoh region was still only a vast wilderness.
If it was just the remakes that were announced here, this would have been like not a very exciting day for me. This would have just been really kind of bland, and I was like, you know what? It's like it's good for Gen 4 lovers, but for me, I'm not really big into it. But like this ink art style, I really like that.
While in the mountains and seas, Pokemon roamed as
Something about this is just like it's very appealing to me, this art style. I don't imagine it'll come up that much in the actual game. And you can already see the resemblance to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but the fact that it is just a gigantic open area. Obviously, they need to work on some of the graphical fidelity. The frame rates, as you'll notice, I pause it because I want to collect my thoughts. But like you'll notice the frame rates aren't great. Like those shinks are in like 4 to 10 frames a second. It like it doesn't look great right now. But the fact that I will say this on the in defense of these graphics right now, this game is presumably over a year away, and the fact that they have another studio working on the remakes here, I'll pull them up here actually. They have another studio, Ilka, that's their name. They have Ilka working on the remakes, which means that Game Freak and like Creatures Inc. Is it Creatures Inc.? I think it is. They're all going to be working primarily on this new thing. So, like the amount of time in between the remakes and this isn't as bad as it seems. I'm not too concerned. I hope that this is like very early footage. I don't expect it to look that much better than Sword and Shield, but hopefully it looks better than it does now. Because that frame rate is just it's not good. Character models, like the lighting isn't great. Like when you're considering, like this looks like it's at sunset and the characters are still like fully lit up. It really doesn't look great. There's like so much moving, like the grass and shit, which is probably probably why there's resulting. Like look at that Chingling here. Like look, it is running at like like it is not great. But in terms of what I'm seeing here for gameplay, I think it looks super interesting. The fact that you can wander around and you can throw Pokeballs at Pokemon without having to battle them. I think that looks like a lot of fun. And the fact that they said earlier on in the trailer when they're talking about this town,
a certain village bustled with the comings and goings of people.
they talk about how this village here is like your main hub, which leads me to believe that the entire rest of the game is just wild space, which is good. I think the wild area was like one of the things of Sword and Shield that everybody really liked. So if this is just like your only hub area, this is like the only town in the game, and you just like you find other areas across the landscape. If that ends up being the case, I could see this being like a very time-consuming game, as long as they fill this space with enough stuff to do. Which, I mean, ultimately comes down to the amount of Pokemon, I guess. The gameplay, I heard people get concerned about, like, the fact that you would just be throwing Pokeballs, and in order to, like, catch Pokemon, you just have to, like, throw a ball right, and you don't have to battle it. But the way I think that they're going to do it, you can hold me to this, too. The way that I think that they're going to do it is they're going to make it so that, like, your catch rate on, like, these smaller Pokemon is fine. You can go in and catch them without having to battle them. But on, like, bigger Pokemon, or on Pokemon that have, like, a very high level, you can't just throw a ball and catch it, because then it'll just, like, break out immediately. So you're gonna have to weaken it. Or I guess just keep hucking Pokeballs at it. Or maybe it'll tell you, like, after you throw one, it's like, you need to weaken this Pokemon before you can catch it. I don't know. I don't think it's just going to be you running around, because then you would have no incentive to battle. You'd have no incentive to level up your Pokemon or anything. So I feel like they're not going to be that. They're not going to be that unaware of the fact that, like, you can't just, like, throw a ball at a legendary Pokemon and just catch it. It's like, that's not how it works. Oh my god. This was the moment where I was like... I was, like, super excited about this when I saw this screen. Something about this picture is very funny to me, just because Oshawott, like, if you'll see his mouth, in previous... in previous generations, they haven't had him in HD before. So his mouth was a texture. It wasn't actually like fully modeled. It looks really weird. He looks really sad. But this is an amazing choice of starters. Obviously, I'm going to be choosing Oshawott, but I would honestly be fine with, like, these are each 3 starters that I chose when I played Gen 2, Gen 7, and Gen 5, respectively. It's like, this is like a perfect set of starters. So Game Freak knew what they were doing. They knew that they're like, we need to get money out of this one guy. We need to get money out of this guy unsubbin. So just make Oshawott one of the starters. It's fine. I wonder what gyms and such will be like, or battles in general. Yeah. My prediction is that there's not going to be any gyms, because that doesn't seem like the main goal. I think you might have, like, a rival or two who, like, wander around the region as well, and, like, when you bump into them. But you can... Oh my god, wait, no, I have to see this. This fucking art at the end, it's amazing. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to get my money. It's just, whatever. Fuck you, Game Freak. Thanks for giving this to me. Thank you for giving Oshawott a little bit of time in the limelight here. And then you got CG Arceus, of course. I can't pronounce it Arceus. I refuse to. Even though, like, in this trailer they confirmed that Arceus is the way you pronounce it. It's like, Arceus has always been. Ever since the days of me using an action replay to cheat and get access to Arceus, I've always pronounced it. I've always pronounced the C like an S. So, a little bit of talk about the remakes. This just is, the art style kind of, I don't know. I understand it, and the fact that you can, like, move around on a 3D plane is good. The fact that like, you can move diagonally and such, you're not being super limited. This is a good move. I think they need to start, in order to improve the quality of each of their games, they should definitely start just outsourcing the remakes.
Rich in nature and with towering Mount Coronet at its heart, it is a land of many myths passed down through the ages. The sense of scale of the original game's towns and routes has been carefully preserved, and you'll be able to travel through familiar locations.
Should have channel points for the Nuzlocke. I'm not gonna let somebody kill my Pokemon. That'd be horrible. That would just be super frustrating, and I'd have to, like, end my run super early. Use a hyper potion. I'll implement it next stream. We're not. There's no way we're gonna finish the game tonight, and I think it'll be more interesting if I do it like towards the Elite Four and stuff like that. But I can't stop the stream now and implement it now. Not something that would throw the game. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll give it some thought.
Partner Pokemon. In these games, you can enjoy a grand adventure together with all the Pokemon from Pokemon Diamond version and Pokemon.
So wait, let me go back here for a second. It's a 1-to-1 remake, which means that every tile is like perfectly recreated from the original. I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like, why at that point, like, why even bother, you know? It's like, I would like to see them take some risks with a remake and just like, if people don't like it, then just port up the original, you know? But you know what? Visually, it looks fine. People are going to enjoy it and love it. This is one of the better Pokemon gens, so gives people who like kind of fell out of it after like Game Boy, gives them a chance to play it. And they said only Pokemon from, they said like every Pokemon from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which makes me question, like, are they going to have a national dex? Because if there was a game they could put a national dex into, it would be a remake. Because they don't have to worry about like all the new animations, and it all seems pretty standard here. So I'm hoping for a national dex. But again, national dex from the start, apparently. Really? Oh, wait. Wait, national dex. Wait, no, regional. So you get the Sinnoh region dex. That's like guaranteed. I'm hoping that you can get like after you beat the game, I guess, you can get like Gen 1 through 4 or Gen 1 through 3 Pokemon, and then Gen 5 through 8. I mean, I'd like that, but I don't know. But it's confusing. When you say national dex, you mean like every region, and then regional dex is like just Sinnoh.
Stories, freshly recreated for Nintendo Switch.
Okay, wait. The underground shit in this game was so much fun. I loved that. You could like build your own base underground and like hide stuff in it, and then your friends could come over and join you and like steal your flag and stuff from inside your base. It was so much fun. I wonder if they'll incorporate like online and to what extent, but I don't know.
What did you think? Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl will launch simultaneously around the world late this year.
Again, like mid-late November. I have no doubt.
In the Sinnoh region. Next, allow me to introduce you to the Pokemon Legends Arceus game. Pokemon Legends Arceus represents a new approach for the Pokemon video game series. Development is in full swing at Game Freak, with the aim to deliver a gaming experience that breaks new ground for the Pokemon series.
They said development's in full swing at Game Freak, which means I think they have all hands on deck working on this game. And if you think about it, they haven't had to like attribute all of their resources to a new game since Sword and Shield back in 2019. Of course, they had the DLC that dropped last year, but I'd imagine that would take less manpower than building a game from the ground up. And the fact that they're using the Sword and Shield engine makes me think that they're going to be refining a lot of things here. I'm saying this because I am cautiously optimistic of what this game is going to do. But let's watch some more.
Please have a look at this video.
They explain some of what we saw here.
The events of this game unfold in the Sinnoh
I like the new
world.
Pokeball design.
In this time
Looks really
too,
nice.
Mount Coronet
It's
towers
like
over the center of the region.
it looks ancient
Pokemon may freely
in a way that
roam,
still makes sense
but
for a
the harsh
Pokeball.
environments may be different from the Sinnoh region you remember.
You can have like a temperature meter.
In this era, people
Survival
migrated
mode.
to Sinnoh from all over and founded a prosperous village in the hope of learning more about this land. As for these three Pokemon, Rowlet, Cyndaquil,
Yes.
it seems they were brought to Sinnoh by a certain professor who encountered them while traveling around various regions. You'll set off
I'm so
on an
excited for that.
adventure after receiving a first partner Pokemon.
I'll be honest, even though this game looks very interesting, if they just made like Sword and Shield 2, but gave Oshawott a starring role, I'm ashamed to admit there's a good chance I would buy it. Even if it wasn't that much better than Sword and Shield were.
Of your own,
And Sword and Shield were fine. It was just like, there's so much more they could be doing. Like, I enjoyed it, but I don't necessarily think they were good games. They were okay.
on your quest to create Sinnoh's very first Pokedex. Even in this era, wild Pokemon can be caught with Pokeballs.
4 FPS Chimchar.
You can also
Okay.
engage in Pokemon battles.
So the battle system is pretty much intact from what I can tell. I really like this HUD. It actually looks really nice. It's not even a HUD. I think that's more of a first-person shooter thing. This is the UI. This is a really clean-looking UI. I'm glad that it doesn't take up as much of the screen. Yeah, it's very clean. And the animations, they seem to have changed a little bit here. Watch this.
Pokemon allies. Sharpen your skills for both catching and battling Pokemon. And
Look, they actually go up. Like, the Pokemon actually goes up to the other Pokemon to hit him.
Pokemon and
It may seem bizarre to think about this, but in previous games, they never did that. They literally, like, even if it was like a punch attack, they would be still standing 6 feet apart, and you just see a fist appear, like on the other Pokemon. So I'm glad that they're updating the animations a little bit, just to seem more realistic. It seems a bit counterintuitive to go for realism in in this sort of game.
Title and story. Arceus. According to legend, Arceus shaped all there is in this world. But how is this Pokemon connected to your journey?
I will say this. I don't think there's ever been a way to get Arceus legitimately. Like in any game. I think that in order to get Arceus, you have to hack the game. You had to hack like Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. You had to like input cheats to give yourself a special item that was never released through events. So this will be interesting. It means that everybody can kind of get their hands on Arceus, presumably. Maybe not. Maybe not. What if they just like totally blue ball us and they're like, you can't catch Arceus? That's like, because Arceus is literally God. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you that power fantasy. I got on a randomized version of Soul Silver. Yeah, I mean, its files are in like every game, which is interesting. Even though there's like no way to legitimately get it. Steel Arceus, literally the best. Yeah, I mean, I didn't toy around with it that much. I used to have an action replay, which I used with my DS. That allowed me to get Arceus like shiny and everything. But I never toyed around too much with its plates, its plate held items, which can change its type. But you know, I'm sure that's something you could do in like Pokemon Showdown or whatever.
The answer to this question and more await you in this exciting new action RPG adventure.
Okay, whoa.
Exciting new action RPG.
I don't know why the hell you're allowed to roll. Like, what? Are you gonna be dodging attacks? Is this Dark Souls? They specifically call it an action RPG, which I don't think they take that term lightly. So I'm cautiously optimistic about what this could be. We need to wait on more information, but ultimately,
Pokemon Legends
my hopes are higher than I was expecting them to be.
We hope you're all excited to set out on these adventures across the Sinnoh region, each one distinctly different from the other.
All right, 1 second. Look at this bullshit. They got the Gen 2 starters. They got the Gen 4 starters. They got the Gen 8 starters. They got the Gen 3 starters. You're really leaving out some friends of ours.
Wonderfully nostalgic Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Pokémon Shining Pearl, as well as the Pokémon video game series' new journey, Pokémon Legends Arceus.
Again, they're heavily emphasizing the fact that they are like trying to push new boundaries here. And while I believe that they've said that about like every game that they've released, it seems different enough now that we can maybe take them at their word a little bit. Again, my prediction is that there's no gyms. Battles are mostly just going to be rival encounters plus like just traveling trainers, I guess. There's not going to be any sort of institution for battling, maybe outside of the village. And I think the main goal is just going to be collecting every Pokemon and like finding out some mystery shit about Arceus, which is cool. It's a different storyline, and I appreciate that. It's more about exploration, as it seems, and less about just beat all the gyms and then beat the Elite Four and then you're done. And then there's like an evil team in there. Like there's no evil team this time either. I like that. I'm glad. It's like, thank you for switching things up. All right. So yeah, I was excited after this, to be honest. Not so much about the remakes, but like this new game, they kind of pulled that out of nowhere, and I was not expecting it. All right. Just give me a second here. All right, so we're gonna move on to more Pokemon White Nuzlocke. Just give me a second here to stop